Okay, so here are the rails, and here is our show.
Completely off. Completely gone today. What in the world? Derailed.
Yay, you're here. Welcome to the CK and GK podcast. Let's get going.
It's Monday. All right, guys, I hope that you had a great holiday weekend. We took the week off, so listen to a classic that talks all about holiday weekend shopping. Welcome back. If this is your first time, welcome to CK and GK. You're going to learn so much today, and if not, you'll just at least laugh at us.
As we try to explain the things that grown-ups should know. Right? Should
Right?
know? Yeah.
All
Should know.
right. Well, with me is Caitlin. She's sweet as a peach, spicy like a jalapeno, and like a good kimchi, she's just a little bit rotten.
Oh. I am just a little bit rotten. I like that one. That's a good one. Okay.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that's Jenny, a world-class knitter of oven mitts and queen of Vance refrigeration. It's Phyllis Lepin Vance. Yay!
Oh, Vance Refrigeration.
Bob Vance bought it for me in Metropolitan
good.
Orlando. It's made from real pine. Their stinky perfume. So good. It's so good. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started with circle time. Go for it, Jenny. I'm sure you got something.
Gems.
Mm-hmm.
You said last week this was your favorite part of the show.
It is my favorite part of the show because every week you have something so inane and ridiculous.
Well,
like every
unfortunately,
week.
I'm not sure that this is going to be your favorite part this week.
Oh no. What's wrong?
I was at an event that had some live music. And it was a guy and a guitar. He was doing some covers and some of his own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point he says, "This one's for all the middle-aged moms out there."
Ew. Officially not a fan.
Okay. So I was like, this song better be really old.
Right?
It wasn't.
Oh no.
It was Meet in the Middle by Diamond Rio. We meet in the middle, neath that old
Stop
Georgia pine.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
And
Not
I am singing and
okay.
having a great time, but I'm like, dude,
Not
don't call
okay.
us out.
Yeah.
You can't
Ew.
say that.
No,
You have to
can't
say,
say things like
here's
that.
a great song that's not that old and will make you feel young again.
Or like,
Not.
just in case you need to reminisce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something that's like, don't. This one's for all the middle-aged moms.
Well, and
Excuse
also,
me.
I think he's younger than the song, the
Right?
guy who was playing.
Right. Exactly. And you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna keep rocking my side part and my skinny jeans. And,
Oh, for sure.
and my big baggy shirt with my skinny jeans, and it will be how I dress myself until I die. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ew.
I also found this really fun article from the Holderness family. Are you familiar with them?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so the Holderness family, they really came to fame during COVID, but they write funny song parodies about being parents or
Oh, I think I know who these guys are. Yeah.
they've written a book. They were on Amazing Race.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Didn't they
So,
also do a Christmas song that like went viral a few
yeah,
years ago or something
yeah,
like that? Yeah. Okay.
yeah. Okay, so this is 26 things that made an 80s summer. Now,
Okay. I'm here for it.
I did not have a lot of 80s summers, right?
Right.
Mine were mostly early 90s.
Yeah. I had some
Okay?
90s summers. Uh-huh.
I think that by the time I got into high school, like that's a different kind of summer, right? Once you're driving yourself around and doing that stuff. But
Oh, yeah.
as far as childhood summers go, but they were on an Air Force base. So
Yeah.
I feel like we were stuck in the 80s anyway. It's not like things
Right.
are great.
I am convinced that that might be why you have Gen X shows.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I was
Like
living
that's the
halfway across the world before the internet.
right. Oh my gosh, that's the reason. I figured it out, folks.
Yeah. Okay. So
Figured it out.
you showed up at a friend's house out unannounced.
Yep.
I did that to you on Saturday. You drank from a water hose,
Yes.
built a fort. So far, you're up to 3.
Yeah.
Used puffy paint.
Oh, on my shirts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Bedazzled something. Oh, you know
Mm,
I had a bedazzler.
yes. Yes.
Okay.
I don't think I had a bedazzler, but I know that I borrowed a friend's bedazzler.
Okay, so there you go. Record songs off the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'd be mad when the DJ was talking over
Right.
it. Like, shut up and let the song play. Yeah, of course.
Climbing a fence to get to a different playground.
Yeah, I'm sure that happened.
And
Yeah.
playing on a playground that's probably not safe today.
You mean the ones with like metal slides that had like a
Right.
seam down the middle? So
Oh,
not only
we
would it
had a metal
burn
slide, and
your
my mom would
entire
get out there
leg.
with wax paper and wax it down for us.
So those are the ones, like there was always the ones that would burn. They'd burn your legs the whole way down. So you'd have to pick your legs up, but then it would still be really hot on your butt. And there was usually some sort of seam. So if you were lying down, the
Oh, it would
bolts would
scratch
rip your hair out and it would scratch your back. Oh, every time. Oh my gosh, the worst.
Ooh, collecting cardboard so you could break dance in your driveway. Okay.
That was not something I
We
did.
did not do that. But there was a hill nearby our house, and we would slide down the hill on cardboard in the middle of the summer.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Decorating your bedroom walls with cutouts for magazines.
Got milk?
Yeah.
Got milk? Like a whole wall of got milk ads. Yes.
Let's
Jonathan
see.
Taylor Thomas right there in the middle.
Getting a summer job, in quotes, by asking your neighbors to let you mow their lawn.
See, I didn't do that because I had a summer job, but it was at a daycare.
Oh.
So, yeah, I was working at a daycare.
Yeah,
back
I
in the
did
day.
not mow lawns, but I had
No.
more than one lemonade stand.
I still don't mow lawns. All right. All right.
And there's a lot of them on here, but the last one, of course, is going home when the streetlights come on.
Yeah. Or after.
Right, but that was always
Or
our
after.
rule. Like, if the streetlights come on, you should need to come home.
Yeah. And check in at least and
Yeah.
figure out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
At least the check in had to happen.
Well, there you go. We lived in Michigan when I was very young. This is before we moved abroad. We lived in Michigan.
Yeah.
And the house that we lived in backed up to the county fairgrounds.
Oh, nice.
And so my dad mowed a trail through the woods from our house to the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
And my parents gave me a whistle.
Keep
Keep in mind, I'm like 5 years old. And they're like,
Yeah.
you know what, Israel, and if we call for you, just blow the whistle and we'll know that you're still there.
And we'll know you're here. Yeah. There you go.
Thank God they didn't put any white gloves on me. I'm like, people are hunting in these woods. I look back, I'm like, you just let your 5-year-old just like wander through the woods with a whistle. Like,
Safety first,
Yeah.
as I said. Oh my goodness. That's pretty funny. Well, all right. My gem actually just happened to me. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm no longer in the classroom. I work with a marketing agency, and one of the roles I have is webinar support for various clients that we have. And so, my son is home for the summer, and I was very intentional about saying, okay, I'm about to go be in a meeting. And this meeting was me doing a tech check for a webinar that I'm hosting next week. And I said, you cannot, under any circumstances, come and bother me right now. Like, if you hear me talking and there's no one else around, that's because I'm talking on the phone and I'm talking through my computer, and you cannot come and bother me. Do we have an understanding? Yep. Okay, great. all right, so I'm talking, I'm doing the webinar thing, I'm running through my checklist of things I need to check for my clients and for their presenters, and then all of a sudden I see the faces on the screen kind of light up a little bit. There's some like sly smiles happening, and I was like, "Oh no." And I look at my own self. I usually turn my own video of myself off so that I'm not just staring at my own face the entire time I'm in a meeting.
Right.
But I turn it on and I see my son with a picture that he drew creeping behind me holding this picture, and he's just like holding it behind my head and moving slowly across the screen, staring at the people on the screen, and they're cracking up and they think it's adorable, and they're like, "Oh, look how cute." And I'm like, "Don't say
No.
that, because he's not supposed to be here, and he knows he's not supposed to be here, so he's being sneaky on purpose." But it was just the slow, like, it's
Right.
like a picture of,
And it
they're
won't
like,
be
"Oh my
cute a
gosh, look
second
at it."
time.
Right, exactly. It wasn't cute for me the first time. I
Oh,
was
for
so
you, no.
mad.
For you, no.
Right, and I appreciate that, like, most people know it's summer, you work from home, your kids are home, it's just the way that it is. At the same time,
And
I
the
was
fact that he
just
wanted
like,
to show off his art.
"Oh, he cannot." If
It's
he
not like
knows
he
I'm
was
on the
asking
phone,
for a snack.
no. He wasn't asking for a snack. It was supposed to be quiet time where he like goes and draws and does all that stuff on his own in his own room. And it was just a very interrupty quiet time today.
Right.
And it was like incessant. And that's why I had the conversation. Like, do not, under any circumstances, interrupt me. And then just creeping up behind me, holding it like kind of in front of his face, like just under his nose, like a Kilroy was here drawing, like just like,
Well, good for
what
him
is
for
he
being that
doing?
sneaky.
He
You
had to
now
be
know that
really
he can be
quiet.
very quiet. Yeah.
Right,
Tell him
exactly.
that.
That, and I'm gonna use
Right.
that information. I'm gonna use it. I'm like, I know you can be quiet because you snuck up behind mommy. So yeah, that was me. Just good Lord. I was so frustrated. But there you go.
What are you obsessed with?
What am I obsessed with right now?
Yes.
That's a really good question. Probably my kittens. They're so cute.
I just met
They're
them
so
today. They
cute.
are pretty
You
cute.
did. They're really cute. Right now they're pretty smelly, but they're really, really small. Like they're 3 months. One of them just turned 3 months the other day. The other one is like 14 weeks ish. So like just, a little bit, 3.5 months ish. And they are very sweet. And yes, I adopted them from a shelter. And when we were looking at them, we were gonna probably just get the one. And then we saw them interacting with each other and we were like, "Oh, we can't
Oh,
separate them." So
they're
now I've got 3 cats again. I haven't had 3 cats in months,
and now
almost a year.
yeah.
And now I have 3 cats again. So yeah, that's my obsession right now.
Yeah.
They're very cute. I'll put them on social media. They're very cute.
Of course you will.
Yeah.
Speaking of social media, everyone has to be obsessed with me.
I am the star here, and
By the time this comes out, I will have already spent a lot of time on my travelogue of my trip to New York City. And early on, we did an episode about using a travel agent, and I told you when we travel, we go, go, go.
yeah.
And so we are going to be in New York City for 10 days. We have a spreadsheet that tells us exactly what we're doing.
Nice.
There's lots of flex time in there, and there's some days towards the end where we don't have a lot scheduled. So if we love something that we do on day 3, we can go do it again on day 7 or 8.
Yeah.
But y'all can follow along with me and enjoy my
Yay.
city.
Yeah, she's going to do a social media takeover. So it'll be
very unprofessional. It will not be as streamlined or as great as Caitlin's work, but you'll get to see the city that never sleeps.
That's really cool. I'm excited to see what you're going to post. I can't wait. And I think you'll probably be putting most of it on Instagram. Does that sound right?
Yes.
Instagram and Facebook for whichever channel.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
not TikTok, because I'm afraid that if I download the app, then I will never get that time back in my life.
Oh, it is absolutely a time suck.
Right.
However,
And I cannot do that.
I haven't looked at it in like a solid 24 hours and I don't necessarily miss it, right? But like when I'm on it,
Time
the
disappears.
people on there, it just disappears.
Yeah.
It disappears. It's unreal. Yeah, no,
One of my
don't do it.
Father's Day gifts to John, he specifically requested that for Father's Day weekend, I not spend any time watching reels.
See, reels make me crazy because reels are just TikToks that are 2 weeks old.
Yup.
I'm not wrong.
Gen
I
X.
know someone's gonna be mad about it, but I'm not wrong.
Oh, no,
I
you're not.
promise.
Well, and the other thing I'm obsessed with right now, or
Yeah.
I should say things, are my new washing machine and my new dishwasher. I haven't used the
Oh.
dishwasher, but I heard that it's really great.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do dishes in your house, but wait, why are you not allowed? Is it just because you load it wrong?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm okay with
That's
that.
how fights start. Yeah, exactly. That's how
I
fights
may have
start.
told this story before, but when my parents were first married, my dad let my mom wash his uniforms, and she
Uh-oh.
did it wrong.
Yeah.
And after that, she never washed another uniform, never sewed on another patch, never
Mm-mm.
changed another pin, nothing.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And my
Mm-mm.
dad swears that she screwed him up on purpose. For
Genius.
26 years, she never washed a uniform again.
Genius. It's genius. I mean, there are I don't know. I can kind of nuts about the way I fold the laundry up. So my husband is great about it and does it, especially when he sees that there's a need and I'm losing my mind. Like he'll take it on, but he knows I'm going to end up refolding
Right.
a few of the things. It's just how I am. I can't
Yeah.
help it.
No, I've told John, don't touch my clothes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I do all of it for everybody
I don't
in our
care
house.
about Abby's and Kit's if it's folded nicely. If I'm doing the laundry, I'm folding it. But he
Mm-hmm.
knows, like, just don't wash my clothes, don't fold them, don't even just leave them in the bin and
Mm-hmm.
I'll take care of it.
Yeah, I think that's a good rule for a lot of people. I think that I had that rule for a long time at our house, and then the things that were being worn slowly became less and less formal.
Right.
So there was less
Oh,
and
yeah.
less of a chance for me to screw them up. So then yeah. And I just am not good. Like there's some details that I will hyperfixate on, but other stuff I'm just like, nah, I don't. But I will give you my hack. You ready for my hack about this?
Yes.
This is a good laundry hack. If there is something that cannot go in the dryer, you can use a whiteboard marker to write on the top of your washing machine and make a list of things that cannot go in the dryer.
That is so smart.
And it will not destroy your washing machine. If you have an older one or like an older marker, I mean, you know this because you're a teacher and you've written on whiteboards for forever. But if you have an older marker, sometimes those are harder to erase
Yeah, I
because
never
they're
use
just
red.
not.
Red is very hard to get off. Black is easy.
Yeah. But absolutely, you can use a whiteboard marker to. I do it all the time.
This is a game
Like,
changer.
yeah, I put it on the lid. Like, don't put this in the dryer. Yeah, and it helps a lot. So maybe you won't have to worry about clothes being ruined.
That's
Just a thought.
amazing. That's so good.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, there's my hack. But tell me about your washing machine and your new dishwasher.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you about it through the channel of teaching people what they need to know when buying appliances.
Oh, so are we getting into real talk now?
We are. That was a
Yes,
transition.
okay.
Do you like it?
That was a very, very, very good segue because
I
it was
mean,
I had to ask.
right? It was like so brief that it was a semicolon. There wasn't even a conjunction there.
Oh, can we do a how-to grammar some other time?
Oh my gosh, no.
How-to punctuation? No.
No.
We could do an entire episode on how to use a semicolon.
I mean, I want to keep my certificate, so I am not going to teach English on the air.
Perfect. All
When
right.
I was setting up my pod and I'm talking to these families and said, look,
Your teaching
data-
pod, not podcast.
No, right, my teaching pod. And so the way it worked was we took 6 kids and I taught them all 4 core subjects and then a lot of auxiliary material that would feel elective E.
Okay.
And I told them, the state of Texas says I can teach all 4 subjects, so it must be true.
Right.
If Texas says
Mm-mm.
it, there's no way it's wrong.
Oh yeah, Texas. Yeah, absolutely. Totally yeah. Yeah, I don't trust myself I mean, I probably could have
Oh,
taught
yeah, no,
English,
you
but you
can.
know what?
You can.
Yeah,
Because,
but I just don't want to.
yeah, and I was discussing this with another friend of mine who's also an educator, and the idea is if you're a teacher, that's very different than being a subject expert,
Yes,
right? An effective
absolutely.
teacher is good at breaking things down and
Mhm.
explaining them in more than one way.
Yes.
I am in no way an expert on grammar, but I am a good
No.
enough researcher and I am a clear enough communicator, and I am
Mhm.
good at interpreting questions and then coming up with
Mhm.
an answer that's meaningful.
Mhm. Yeah, and for me, it's like I'm good at making it engaging enough that people will listen to it,
Right.
right?
That's
So,
exactly it.
like, that's the other piece of it is, like, that's what a good educator, especially of, like, we're talking at the, the grade school level,
Right,
right?
I
Like,
can't
we're
be a
not talking
professor.
about
I am not a
university. No.
subject matter expert.
No. No, me neither. No, I'm not. All right.
Okay,
Well,
so get
you're gonna
out
talk to us about this.
your pad and pencil and start to
Okay,
take
I have
notes
it.
like a
I
good
have
oh,
it.
you really do have a yellow mini legal pad. That's
Mhm.
hilarious. Okay. All right.
It's my brain dump when I, like, have a good idea, I just write it down on this thing because I know I'll forget it later because I have
I
ADHD and
just
the
have
ideas
sticky
come and go.
notes that I post everywhere. Oh, and a
Yeah.
friend of mine, she was talking about her son is going to college next fall, right? He's a rising senior.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
said, I am so concerned because he cannot manage a task.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid that he's just going to get there and fall apart. I said, no, no, no. No, he is an out of sight, out of mind person.
Absolutely.
You need to get him a bulletin board that is the size of a shower
Mhm.
where he can just put notes and thoughts
Mhm.
and have them be visible every single day. Because once he forgets something, it's gone.
Yeah.
Once he puts it down on his phone and it's in a folder, it's put away. It's gotta be on the wall.
And it has to, yeah, I mean, I used to write down things on sticky notes and then cover them with something and
Right,
forget
'cause
that
then it's
the
gone.
sticky note existed. Yep, it's completely out of sight, out of mind. So, yeah, that's a good idea.
My
That's a really good
planner,
idea.
I think I've said this before, my planner is on a easel in the kitchen. So it's not even flat on the counter, it's up. Yeah,
Yeah, mine is, tucked right now neatly under my desk because I also have a need for things to be neat because otherwise I can't work because I feel distracted by the messiness, and, I haven't updated my planner in, like, 3 weeks. So, I need
that's
to get on
summer
it.
life for you.
Yeah.
Alright, so when you're buying appliances, timing is everything,
100%.
okay?
Agree.
So I have a new washing machine and a new dishwasher because Texas offers a tax-free weekend on Energy Star appliances during Memorial Day.
Yes.
Okay. But Memorial Day is not the only time that it's good to buy an appliance. You do not have to wait. But if you can wait and you are a Texas resident, I would say wait until May of next year. They've already posted on state websites that it will be offered again next Memorial Day weekend. But if you cannot wait, you should be thinking about purchasing on July 4th,
Mm,
Labor Day, or Black Friday, which has really turned into the entire month of November at this point.
mhm.
The manufacturers actually set these dates as times that they are going to lower the wholesale price
Oh,
of these appliances. So it's not retailers just saying, "Hey, let's have a 4th of July sale." They're actually getting materials at a lower cost, which is why
yeah,
this is a good time for you to buy them.
that makes sense.
Yeah. But also plan for delays and back orders on a lot of things, the chip blah 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 and COVID and supply chain blah 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 blah. So
Yeah, it's a mess right now.
we
Everything's
were
a mess.
really fortunate. We bought on Memorial Day weekend and had them installed on the 15th of June.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was not a bad wait at all.
No,
And
that's
again,
not
we were
horrible at
really
all.
fortunate that we were in a place that we were replacing items that were breaking down, not
Mhm.
broken, right?
It's
Though
important distinction. Yeah.
The washing machine smelled terrible. Don't tell me to wash it. I washed it multiple times, could not get the smell out. It also left this nasty lint on anything that wasn't white.
Oh, that's the worst.
And the whites came out gray. So white
Yeah.
wasn't getting
Ew.
clean and everything else was covered in lint. So I said, "Look,
Yeah.
it's time." And then
Yeah.
the dishwasher was just a wreck, but it was still running, so we could wait.
Yeah.
All right. So measure the space for the appliance, not the current appliance. Okay.
That's good. See, this is my like number one error. I do this every time. I'm like, oh, well, this one is currently 24 by blah, blah, blah. And I totally will be like, this one, that looks great. Not thinking about the space it has to squeeze into.
Right. Okay. So not only do you need to measure the height, width, and depth of the space, but you also need to measure those dimensions on the path that appliance will take from the truck to the space.
Yeah. I remember when we first bought our house and I was so excited. Like I loved our new house, but also I really wanted a brand new washer and dryer. It was like my dream to have a brand new washer and dryer. And we had a really narrow staircase with really narrow stairs. And it was gut wrenching to watch this appliance not be able to make it through the front door,
Right.
have to come through the back. We had to move cars. We had to open up back gate. It was a nightmare. It was an actual nightmare to try and get this item into the house. Oh, it's so bad.
So
Yeah,
you might have a
you're right.
giant space
Mhm.
for a fridge in your kitchen that won't fit through your front door.
Gosh.
Or you say, "Oh,
Awful.
well, that's fine. I'll bring it through the garage." Well,
Yeah,
the garage interior door, you have to make it through that too.
right.
So make sure you measure not only the space, not the current appliance, and the path.
Yeah.
When you are making a budget, this is a hard one, right?
Mhm.
Particularly for someone like me, because I am so out of touch with how much things cost.
Yeah, me too.
I
I'm always surprised.
yeah.
I'm like, "Wait, what?"
The Price is Right is The Price is Wrong. Like I am so not good at that show. Okay. So before you're ready to set the budget, stroll through the department or
Mhm.
do a quick internet search, but not to look at specific items to get you a ballpark figure.
Yeah.
The last time I bought a washing machine, the first number was a 3.
Oh, really?
Well, you can buy a washing machine for first number 3, but there's 3 more digits behind it.
Yeah. Uh-huh. It's
Okay?
crazy right now, especially if you want bells and whistles and stuff. That's
Right.
gonna be a little bit intimidating. So, like, are you saying, like, maybe just Google shopping and then
No.
just see what kind of range you pull up if
Yeah.
you do low to high or something?
Yes. What I would do is really, if you are already at the orange store or the blue
There's
store,
a blue store, yeah,
yeah,
or the
Hammer
department
Barn
store.
for those
Yeah,
that are
exactly.
Bluey fans. And you're already there for something else, just walk past and look at some of the prices. You don't even need to get
Yeah.
close enough to read the tag. Just see, oh,
Mm-mm.
okay, 649. That's the lowest
Mhm.
one I'm seeing. Or oh, all right,
Mhm.
1250. Whatever it is. $1 off, whatever.
Yeah, I got it. That makes sense.
And you need to make a decision when you're budgeting. Is this a long-term appliance for you or a short-term appliance for you?
Yeah.
Is this an appliance that you can move? Right? So if you are buying a washer and dryer and assuming you're not going to move into narrow staircase or tiny front door, you can take the washer and dryer with you when you go to your next house.
Yeah.
But you're not going to move the dishwasher.
No.
And a lot of people expect you to leave the fridge.
Yeah.
And it would be weird if you took the stove.
Have you ever seen those houses on House Hunters?
Oh my gosh, the people who sold us our house took the logs out of the fireplace.
Okay, the Grinch. Like what?
We have a gas fireplace. They're not real logs. They're a fixture in the house. This would be like someone taking the faucet.
What a mess.
So if you're planning to stay in the house and you know that you're going to put it to good work, maybe you want to spend a little bit more. But if this is a house that you do not plan on staying in forever, and you're buying a dishwasher, something that's an installed fixture, maybe you're gonna come down a level from what you were originally planning.
The other thing is too, you have to think about like cost per use,
Right.
right? Like because that there have been so many things in my life where I've been like, "Oh, I just can't justify the money." I don't, when, $20 is an extreme expense to buy a new shirt or whatever. Like that those times have happened and still happen to me. And the first thing that people around me will say is, "How many times are you going to wear that item? Are you going to wear it 4 times? And so you're paying $5 per wear, or are you going to wear it, one time, or are you going to wear it like, 100 times?" So think about that too. Like if is this going to be something that is are you going to be in that space for a long time? Are you going to be, you know what I mean?
Right.
Are you going to outlive the appliance in that space? So just something to think about there.
Well, and I do the same thing with shoes, right?
Yeah,
$50
totally.
shoes, well, that's only $5 a toe.
I did not expect you to say it that way, but that's amazing. It's only $5. Don't you want my feet to be worth $5 a toe at
Right?
least? Come
Come on,
on.
$5 a toe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing you need to decide is, are you a form person or a function person? And it doesn't matter who you are. It
Mm,
doesn't matter.
yeah. Yeah.
Do you care more about features and bells and whistles, or is the look of the appliance more important? That is really going to set you on a path because different manufacturers have different handles, different hardware, different buttons, and even different colors of stainless steel.
Oh, that's annoying, by the way.
So you
It
probably
annoys me.
are a form person.
Well,
Whereas
I
I'm like,
just
"Oh, we still have this avocado green Venta hood? Sure, it's fine."
I no, I want things to match. Like when we were redoing this house, we had to buy a package of appliances, right? Which is great, which worked out really well so that I knew everything would match. But like I've been in houses where it does matter to me where I'm like, my microwave is white and my stove is black and I just can't handle, and
Right.
my dishwasher is black and stainless. Like it just would make me crazy. So I totally get
Yep.
what you're talking about.
Well, and it's funny that you would say a package because if you are looking for a cohesive look, there are 2 things you can do. One is buy a package from one manufacturer, right? They'll all be the same color or the same finish. Normally, there's better rebates, like $50 rebate on just the fridge, but if you buy 3 appliances, it's a $500 rebate, okay?
Yeah, it's a big, big, big
Um,
difference.
and it's a bigger cost up front, but it's good if you're doing something like you, like a remodel, or you're buying your first home and or building a home and you want everything to match. The other thing you
Yeah.
can do if you want a cohesive look is to put cabinet panels on the front of your appliances.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Now, you are going to need a GC or a carpenter to help you with that project if you are not handy, but you can put a cabinet panel on the front of your dishwasher. You can put cabinet panels on the front of your refrigerator. And so those will all match the built-ins. And then at that point, you're only worried
Yeah.
about like a microwave and a stove. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's the form. Let's talk about the function. What are your must-dos? For me, Energy Star. First off, that's the one that was tax-free. So I was only going to buy Energy Star appliances because I was buying because of the tax-free weekend.
Right.
But you also save more, or you could save more over time with your electric bills,
Mhm.
right? An Energy Star appliance might have a higher retail price, but the idea is that over time you are using less electricity.
Right.
Uh,
So you're saving on a monthly utility bill as opposed to right.
exactly.
So the cost kind of evens out that way.
This might sound really elementary, but please make sure that you are using the right type of fuel. Okay. We have a gas range, but an electric dryer.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So you have to know what fuels
Which
your
one you're
appliances.
getting.
Right.
Yeah, and they should tell you, by the way, like it should say like on the back of your machine like what you're currently
Yeah.
using,
Well,
and
and
the outlets are
yeah,
different.
right. Like our dryer plugs into the wall, but our stove has a pipe coming out of it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. And then you have to think about what you do now and what you will do. Right? Are you
Mhm.
planning on having some children or growing your family in a different way? Maybe you need a bigger fridge, right? If you
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
anticipating that Your parents might be moving in with you. Maybe you need a bigger fridge than what you want right now.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a person who orders a lot of pizza and needs to be able to put the box leftovers in there? Maybe you want a French door refrigerator or an over-under so that you have more space. There's a lot of smart appliance options out there. Are you gonna use it?
Yeah, that's always been a thing for me where I'm like, am I really going to pull up the image of the inside of my fridge on my phone while I'm at the grocery store?
No.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Well, and
No. So I don't need
when
that.
we installed the washer, John said, "Oh, and now we have to connect it to the Wi-Fi." And I was like, "Why?"
So that the robots can rise up and murder us
Yeah,
all?
I
I don't know.
still don't know what it can do on the internet. I didn't even care to research it.
No. Nah, it's not
It's
worth it
not
to me.
a feature that we're gonna use. It was just a freebie that
Right.
happened. Okay. And
Yeah.
then what are some nice to haves, right? Like if the dishwasher noise is a big thing for you, you're looking for a quiet dishwasher, you are looking for something that's about 45 decibels.
Okay.
And if you buy a dishwasher that is less than 45 decibels, you pay for that.
Yeah, you
Now,
do.
it was important to us.
To have a quiet one?
We bought a quieter dishwasher. We had only been running the dishwasher overnight because the kitchen is right next to the living room and you can't hear the TV over this old dishwasher.
I will say that is the most energy efficient time to do it is overnight. So you did something right there too.
Great.
Fun fact.
Once a night is not enough at our house though.
Oh, really? You guys run it all the time?
Well, that's not true. We let them pile up and then do several loads. So it doesn't get run every day, but when it does get run,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah, we are like kind of on a schedule. Like we do it every
Of course we
other
are.
day-ish.
Yeah, you're so
Yeah, I can't. No, I can't. I have to know. I have to know when
scheduled
things
does
are going to
not exist at our
happen.
house. All right. Do you want a third rack? Do you want a water sprayer in the base? Do you want a convection microwave? This is something I just learned in doing the research for this. Some microwaves can actually double as a convection oven. Does it matter to you if you have a top loader or front loading washing machine? It did to me. I wanted a top loader. I don't like reaching over and pulling everything out. It's kind of, it's hard labor on your back, but I did not want a front loader.
Oh, okay.
Because
Okay.
I forget things all the time.
Uh-huh.
And I want a washing machine that I can open mid-cycle and put something else in.
Oh, yeah. That's a good
And
point.
front loader, that's not a good option.
Yeah.
And I talked about this earlier, but the French door style refrigerator is the most expensive. The side by side is the middle, and then an over under is the least expensive. So maybe one of the ways that you can buy some more bells and whistles on your fridge is to get an over under instead of one of the French doors ones.
Yeah. I wanted a French door one that had the snack drawer in it.
That's like a different
There
temperature?
are yeah, well, yeah, there are some videos. There's one particular creator that I'm thinking about. She like restocks her snack drawer. Those kids must be having the best. Like I would go nuts for this snack drawer. It's got like cheese sticks and sausage sticks and yogurt with M&Ms and all kinds of good stuff, but I just want the snack drawer because I feel like it's a good place. I can just
Right.
load it
And
up
this is
and
the
then let
drawer
my
for that.
child.
Yeah.
Right. You just go get what you want and I don't have to be in charge of like getting out the grapes for you. You just go get the grapes,
Right.
like whatever it is. So I would want that because to me, that would be a factor in convenience later on that I don't have to stress about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I am thinking of Sleepless in Seattle. Tom Hanks' character was an architect
Mm-hmm.
and he was working for some rich lady in Seattle remodeling her kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And midway through, she says, "Oh, well, I just looked at the refrigerator and it's too small. And when I have parties, I always get platters. And I just don't know how I'm going to fit my platters in this refrigerator." And he's like, "Cool. We have to redo the cabinets." So whatever's important
Something
to
to think
you.
about.
Whatever's important to you,
Right.
right?
Right. Right.
Now, this is the part where they get you. Okay?
Extra stuff.
At the start, I told you got to think about a budget.
Yeah.
This is something that you need to put in your budget. You need to plan for the extras. Okay? You buy a new washing machine, they want to sell you a hose kit. Well, of course you're going to buy a new hose. You don't want to use the dirty hose that went with your dirty washing machine.
Right.
You want new hoses.
Right.
Delivery is one fee. Installation is another.
Yeah, it is. This happened to us with our dryer when our dryer crapped out and we had to get a new dryer. And then, yeah, that was bad.
They'll also charge you to haul away the old one.
Mm-hmm. Unless you can get some kind of deal where they're like plus haul away, you know what I mean? Like, but then you're probably being factored into the overall price anyway.
If you're getting a new dishwasher, a lot of times it makes sense to upgrade your disposal too.
Oh, didn't think about that.
That's another fee.
Mm-hmm.
If you are having built-ins, if your stove or microwave or whatever appliance that you're putting into the cabinetry does not fit the exact hole, you're going to need frames.
Yeah, you are.
And a warranty or protection plan is extra as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a home warranty, look into that to see if it covers your appliances, because that is really
That's a good
handy. And definitely look into that before you go to Hammer Barn. That's another one. All right. So let me do a little wrap up for you.
A summary. Yeah, let's hear it.
Close for the lesson. I cannot recommend a product for you because I do not know you. I do not know what you need. I do not know what you want. I do not know what your house looks like. So before you start shopping, do your homework. Make a budget. Measure the space and the path. Pick your priorities and plan for the extra costs.
Oh, that's all such good information. Maybe I'll actually take this advice for the next time one of my appliances craps out. Hopefully, it won't be for a while. I will say,
but if it does, hope it's during one of these major holidays.
Right, exactly. Otherwise, I'm going to be running up to my mother-in-law's house to do laundry, which I have done, and I thank her for this profusely here and now. So thank you for letting that happen. But I will say also one thing that this applies to resellers, right? Like both of my washing materials have come from verified resellers. Like there are lots of them that will
rebuild and
refurbish.
Also scratch and dent if you're not a foreign person.
Oh yeah.
We bought a scratch and dent fridge, man. It was a great deal.
Oh yeah, we bought our dryer actually wasn't dented, but then when it arrived, it was dented and we got an immediate discount back on the cost that I had paid for it. So like that kind of stuff, I mean, I'm not telling you to pull like an Adam Sandler in Big Daddy and throw the cans on the floor. I'm not telling you to do that.
What are you doing?
But I am saying if it doesn't what was it? Microsoft dropped 3 points or something like that. So I'm not telling you to throw the cans on the floor. I'm just saying if that doesn't bother you, you could look into refurbished and you can walk the floor in a refurbished place. They'll show you everything, or, just see what they have on the rejection lot and see, you might get some good deals there. I love those takeaways. Those are all super helpful.
You know what else is helpful?
People who rate and review and subscribe to our show.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah, we had some good reviews that have finally posted. So thank you to all of you who've done that. On Spotify, I can't see who is reviewing, but I can tell you that we have some ratings on Spotify. So thank you to those of you who have tapped some stars on Spotify to help us out. We really appreciate that very much. And anywhere else that you're rating, Good Pods, Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Podchaser, whatever you're looking at, we appreciate all of it because we just want to make you guys happy. So thank you for the love.
And we're world famous. So there's that.
Yeah, we have listeners all over the place right now. It's kind of cool.
So cool, guys. All right. Well,
yeah.
When you're looking for appliances or you are making travel plans based on my adventures in New York City.
In Washington. Adventures in Washington.
Make your choices.
And use your gift cards and buy on tax-free weekends. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hey friends. Thanks for listening to the CK and GK podcast. Find us at CK and GK podcast on Instagram and Twitter, and rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, or anywhere else that you pod. See you next time.